Everybody, is Felisa. It is a beautiful day in my neighborhood. It is sunny, pushed through spring. I'm actually doing this on my way home instead of to the office today because I just got back from Vegas yesterday and the sister was jet lag is no joke. Anyway, this is another entry into AVADIM, a video a day in May. Shout out to my May babies, my fellow Taurians. Happy birthday and what's up? Anyway, for those of you who have been subscribed to me for a while, you may recall that I want to say last year I did a vlog on groups and people who capitalize off the desperation of women, particularly women who are single and want to be married. That is a huge market. It is a money maker, and anytime you promise a woman who is desperately seeking marriage, anytime you promise her that you can guarantee certain steps, tricks, tips, whatever, to securing a husband, she's gonna shell out that $9, $12, $15, $20 or whatever it is to buy that book, get that tape, watch that, you know, get that private Facebook link or whatever it is that these people are doing. Anyway, in that particular vlog, I talked about one particular group that when I first saw it, I think that they were charging like $800 or $900 if I'm not mistaken. It's a lot of money, but later on when I saw they were charging like $35,000 for wife certification. I still don't know what that is. Like some kind of curriculum. They put you through the paces of being a wife. At the end, I'm assuming that you get a diploma or a certificate or whatever. And I think that she was promising either matchmaking services or something, so you're supposed to get a husband out the deal. So for $35,000, a husband can be yours. Then at the time that I did that vlog, I was in another group. My cousin added me to it, and when she first added me to it, I was like, cousin, what you add me to this group for? But it was like a train wreck. I couldn't look away. And I tend to, like, you guys know that I'm in a lot of groups. I enjoy divergent thoughts on a myriad of topics. I enjoy a good debate. I enjoy, free thinkers and, people who have opposing points of view. So, it doesn't bother me that someone has a different point of view. But in this particular group, an opposing point of view was not tolerated nor appreciated. Like, we were supposed to follow the teachings of the administrator, the group creator, without question and without equivocation. So I'm going to get to the reason why I'm doing this in a moment. But let me just take you through some of the reasons why I ultimately left that group. Number one, the people in that group, some of them were really cool. And I felt, certain synergy with them. For the most part, they were just rabid, ferocious, just fanatical about following this woman and getting her book. So if I ask a question, hey guys, I'm just wondering, when I'm building my roster, what do I do first? So instead of asking the question, the first thing out of somebody's mouth is, did you get the book? Don't ask questions if you didn't get the book. A lot of things that you'll find are in the book. So now we driving money into this woman's pockets in order, because these people need to get the book. Nobody can tell you what's in the book, but you need to get the book. And again, I'm not knocking nobody's hustle. She wrote a book. She wants people to buy it. Cool. But that was the first thing out of people's mouth. Did you get the book? You shouldn't be asking questions without getting the book. The book will explain to you everything that you need. Okay, well, whatever. The second thing was the way that overweight women were talked to. Not just overweight women, but this was in particular something that I saw and I didn't like it. Just basically getting a critique on someone's physique and being told that no high caliber man, yes, high caliber was the term that was used, no high caliber man would want someone who is overweight. I take umbrage and exception at that foolishness. I know a lot of curvy cuties who have husbands that are so in love with them, it's nauseating, like sickening, envy worthy. I don't know who told these people that women who are overweight, or men that are overweight for that matter, cannot find love. I don't know what rock they stepped out of from under with that foolishness. Furthermore, I detest, I abhor, and I loathe people who use faux empathy or faux concern in order to express a distaste for something. This is what I mean. You know, honey, you carrying around all that weight. It's so unhealthy for your joints, and for, you know, just think about your heart, and you know, just your organs are having to work so hard. You know, you just need to lose weight so that you can be healthier. I just want you to live. Stop lying. Stop with all that. Stop all that nonsense. Unless you are a doctor or a nurse, you don't care about nobody's knees. You don't care about nobody's arteries, about their cardiovascular health. Stop telling people that. You just don't like the way that they look, and it bothers you. You know, maybe they have on a midriff, or maybe they don't have on clothes that you approve of because they happen to be overweight. So you feel the need to share your concern with them, as if, number one, they don't know that they're overweight. Number two, they don't have any idea about their own personal health. They needed you to come over there and tell them what they should and should not be doing, and what they should and should not be wearing. I'm sorry, I get on a tangent with that. I hate that stuff. Stop lying. Just say, I don't like you because you're overweight. You can't say that, because people are fake and phony and hide behind that concern and compassion because it makes them feel better, and they feel like they look better when they say things that they really mean, but hide it behind an empathetic smile. Stop it. Stop with all that nonsense. Ain't nobody concerned about that. You don't like it, stop looking. But I'm gonna tell you, overweight women get plenty of love, plenty of nurturing, plenty of care and compassion. If a woman wants to lose weight, she needs to do that for her own self, not because you think that she ain't gonna get no man if she don't. Stop it. Anyway, I'm moving on from that nonsense. Like, so upsetting. The third thing was, what was the third thing? Oh, so you guys also know that, and I've vlogged about this as well, that I sustained childhood trauma, that I was a victim of childhood molestation. And it took me a long time to come to grips with it, to heal and to move on, and to be able to talk about it in a way that I believe helps people. Well, I was told that you don't tell your significant other about your trauma because it's a burden to him. Y'all, did y'all hear that? It's a burden to the man that professes to love you, who says that, you know, he wants to care for you. You know, it's a burden for your husband to know that you've been violated. I literally was told that that is what therapy is for. Literally. Y'all, when I tell y'all I went completely off, like, I just didn't even understand what that meant. You know, that just seriously. And if you strongly disagree with someone, then you're told that you're in your ego, as if you don't have the right to be offended, and as if you don't have the right to push back on a narrative that is absurd. So that was that. That brings me to the reason for this vlog. So today I'm minding my own little business. I'm out of that group. I've been out that group for months. So I'm minding my own little business, and I see a post that group in particular is a fraud. Wipe That Movement is a fraud. Okay, what happened now? Well, apparently the administrator or the creator of the group lied about her marital status. Not only lied about her marital status, pretty much lied about everything. Had these women in there thinking that she has successfully applied all the techniques and tips and tricks that she wrote in this book, which is coming to light that she plagiarized. Not sure. Allegedly, she plagiarized this book. And she's not married and never has been. She issued a mea culpa of sorts on her blog that I saw, which basically said that the lie got away from her. That's the only way that I could put it. And so, you know, she was very sorry, but that didn't mean that the tools didn't work, and yada yada yada. And, you know, she hopes that people will forgive her and move on, and, you know, she's going to rebrand herself and all this kind of stuff. Listen, sis, let me tell you, sage advice is sage advice, period. You don't have to create a false narrative and, you know, a false situation in order for people to follow something that makes sense and that's practical. The messages that was given out in that group, if someone really believed it and applied it, could work for them. if they have that type of personality. I don't have that type of personality, so I would never do any of those kinds of things. I shouldn't say never do any of those kinds of things. A lot of those things I just would not do. I think that relationships, like, people are individual. You come into that with your own collective personality, and I think that the danger for a lot of these women is reshaping yourself into a pretzel and into something that you never were and probably will never be. It is a caricature of yourself in order to get this man. You show him everything that you think that he wants, and then when he falls for it, it's only so long you're gonna be able to hold on to that persona, sis. And that's the thing that we've been complaining about men for the longest. Like, we get the bait and switch. You know, you start off with all this whining and dining and wooing and hooing and, you know, all this kind of stuff, and next thing you know, you can't even get a day night. Like, y'all Netflix and chilling for days because he don't feel like he want to take you out and you can cook and you can do all this kind of stuff. So yeah, we get the bait and switch all the time and we complain about that. So why would you do that to somebody? Why would you now perpetrate this fraud? Do you, be you. At least let the man know what he's getting. Don't start off and then, you know, cut it off at the knees. Like, I think that that's ridiculous. I have no idea why people play these games, and maybe just because I'm old and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing none of that anyway. So, you know, after that has come to light, it just caused me to reflect and think that so many women are so desperate for marriage because they believe that marriage is the prize. And you all know, if you've listened to me any length of time, you know that I have the highest regard for marriage. I want to be married again someday. I want a partner to do life with. I want to wake up to stinky breath and, you know, probably poops at night. I want to tell him stop leaving his clothes on the floor, and, you know, I want to be able to tell him that I love him as well, and I want to be able to steal hugs and kisses and, you know, pinch his booty and all those kinds of things. Like, I want to be with my best friend, and that is really what I'm looking forward to. But trust me when I say I am not throwing away singleness in pursuit of this marital thing. I'm single right now. I'm enjoying being single because it's my current state of affairs. I have no choice. Otherwise, I'm going to be miserable. And when you hold something in such high regard, like marriage, and you put it on a pedestal and you make it this, you know, this golden thing that you have to attain, that's where you're sourcing your value and your worth from. A lot of these women feel like they are nobody and nothing if they're not a Mrs. Somebody. And that's could not be further from the truth. Y'all better learn how to develop lives and develop interests and develop talents. What are you doing when you're preparing for this husband that you're trying to get? Have you finished your education? Are you well read? Are you well rounded? Are your affairs in order? Do you know how to do your finances? If so, good for you, because that's what you should do. That's a self-sustaining human being, a self-sustaining adult, and you'll be a bonus and an asset to a man instead of a liability. And if a man never shows up, will you be disappointed? Yes, I would be disappointed if I never remarried, but I'm not going to die. Nobody ever had lack of husband listed on the death certificate. That's just not the way that is. So you need to learn how to live your life in such a way that you attract light, you attract goodness, and you attract good things, and continue to hope and be open and receptive. A lot of times too, we turn down really great men because they don't come wrapped in a package that we thought that they should have been wrapped in. I learned that with my last ex. He was nothing physically like I thought that I would be attracted to, and, you know, I loved him. It didn't work. It didn't, you know, we just didn't work, y'all. But I don't regret it. I really don't. Everything is a lesson. If you can't be a good example, then you could just be a horrible warning. Not just leave it like that. But y'all better stop following these people and being so fanatical until you're like a doggone cult and drinking all kinds of Kool-Aid and not listening to reason and not listening to your own common sense and having the insight enough to know when something just does not make sense. Use your own intuition, use your own gut check, and be happy where you are. He'll come. And if you don't, you are enough all by yourself. I'm Felisa. Leave your comments below. I love to hear them. What do you think about this crazy nonsense and the capitalization off of the desperation of women? I'd like to hear from you. Talk to y'all later.